Hello friends, today's topic is globalization and global income inequality. What is income inequality? Income inequality can be defined as the income gap between the rich and the poor. This global income inequality started to widen from 1980s onwards. So if you see from 1950s to 1980s, the gap between rich and poor was very small. And from 1980 onwards, that income gap between rich and poor started to widen. This is also applicable to the India. So, what is the relation between globalization and income inequality? Yes, there is a relation between this globalization and income inequality, and I will try to explore the answer of this statement. If you see, up to 1980, there were majorly three stakeholders in the economy. These three stakeholders are government, industrial capitalist, and common man. The government were trying to increase their income by raising the taxes. Similarly, industrial capitalists, they were also trying to increase their wealth by reducing the taxes by pressurizing the government. Similarly, common man was also getting his due share in the wealth of a global economy. That means he was earning his money or wealth through his labor or efforts. In this way, wealth of a global economy was distributed among three major stakeholders. That means this government, capitalist, and common man. After 1980, one important development took place, and that important development is the emergence of rentier capitalist. Now, we first go to the globalization. When globalization started in 1980s in many countries, this globalization had compelled the developed as well as developing countries to open their account, or we call it an external account. External account is related with the trade or transaction of a government. So this external trade has two types. One is current account and second is capital account. When government or governments of many countries had liberalized their economy, that means they had started to globalize with the global economy, they had liberalized their capital account. And when this capital account is liberalized, this rentier capitalist got the opportunity to spread globally. Now, I am using this word rentier capitalist. What is the rentier capitalist? Before that, I had used the word industrial capitalist. So now we will discuss or we will check what is the difference between industrial capitalist and rentier capitalist. Everyone know about the industrial capitalist. What does the industrial capitalist do? Industrial capitalists have their own ideas, they have their own capital. So these industrial capitalists use their capital as well as their own idea and develop an industry or grow their business. And through this business, these industrial capitalists earn the wealth. On the other hand, these rentier capitalists, they have only the capital. they don't have their idea. So these rentier capitalists, they invest money in different industry, and whatever that that industry earn, so some share of that wealth is earned by this rentier capitalist. So that way we can explain the difference between industrial capitalist and rentier capitalist. These rentier capitalists had increased their tentacles after 1980s and started to invest globally through the share market or commodity market or other market. So after 1980, that the whole global scenario changed. Now before 1980, there were mainly three stakeholders in the global economy or in the garnering of the wealth of economy. Now there were four stakeholders in the economy to garner the wealth of a economy. These stakeholders are government, industrial capitalist, common man, and now recently emerged rentier capitalist. Now among these four stakeholders, these government and industrial capitalists were very powerful. So as they were powerful, they had maintained their share in the wealth of a country or wealth of a economy. Then we discuss about the common man and rentier capitalist. So after 1980, these rentier capitalists started to squeeze out the shareholding of a common man in the wealth of an economy. So it is observed that from 1980 onwards, the shareholding of common man in the global wealth started to decline. So what is the reason for declining the shareholding of common man in wealth of a economy? The reason is very simple. The reason, we can explain that in a way that the bargaining power of this common man was very weak. So this common man could not bargain with this government or industrial capitalist or rentier capitalist. And in a course of a time, for example, from 1918 to 2020, for example, these rentier capitalists started to reduce the share of this common man from the wealth of an economy. So as this process of globalization is entrenched, we find that more and more global economy started to increase, and that way we can connect globalization and global income inequality. So recently, in last 10 years, you will find a lot of movements which protested against the global income inequality. The best example is Occupy Wall Street movement, which happened to take place some years back in USA. So it is a very interesting topic, and if you like my video, please share it to your friends, relatives and well-wishers. Similarly, I also expect your suggestion through the comments. Thank you for watching my video.